For the final set review of BT18, I'm covering all the Digimon Liberator related cards, and of course the general cards that did not have a specific category to go into. As always, if you enjoy these types of videos, do consider liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting that notification bell for more future content. Any amount of support you can do helps, and subscribing is just one of them. My goal on the channel is to inform my viewers in regards to the Digimon card game, but occasionally I'll sprinkle other aspects of my life in as well. Starting with these cards first, Chapmon was the only level 2 that did not seem to have a place amongst the hybrid spirits. Though based on the wider building of Millenniummon and the spirits of water, I guess I could have tossed this here? And the main reasoning for this is because this Digimon has an all turns while you have another blue Digimon in play, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. But canonically speaking, I've always seen Chapmon and Kamemon go together, not Sayakomon. Shamanmon is the newest floodgate that debuts in the Digimon card game, and offers the memory blocker ability now for red. Which means at this point, yellow is the only one that does not have one, while black has two. Metaletemon is definitely one card that was, why the heck are you here? This Digimon is a black-yellow Digimon with 11,000 DP, and digivolves from a black or yellow level 5 for a cost of 3. It also digivolves from a level 5 with the nature spirits for a cost of 3. But it can also DNA digivolve from a blue or yellow Digimon and a green or black Digimon. On play, when digivolving and on deletion, one of your opponent's Digimon gets security attack -2 until the end of their turn. Then digivolve one of their Digimon. Simple control, and for the convenience of its abilities, it could be really good in a sealed setting. But aside from these three cards, I'm hoping that with Special Booster 2.0, Bandai decides to incorporate the remainder of the composite and Millenniummon cards with this set. After all, we've already gotten confirmation of Zed Millenniummon, but the rest remains to be seen. Gazimon is the first Digimon to go over, a level 3 that digivolves for one from a red or purple level 2. This feels nice also in that this Digimon has a special cost from Pagumon for 0. This card is the Searcher of the deck, adding a Millenniummon card in name and one card with the composite or Wicked God trait among them to the hand. Wicked God, you say? Looks like Moon Millenniummon and Zed Millenniummon better be in this set too. The inheritable is simply Retaliation. With Deltamon, this Digimon returns as a red-purple Digimon and digivolves from Gazimon or Gazimon for a cost of 2, but 3 from a generic red or purple Digimon. This Digimon surprisingly has Raid, but for a 5000 DP body, it feels a little rough. On play and when digivolving by trashing one card in your hand, return one card with the composite or Wicked God trait from your trash to hand. This honestly feels like a repurposed Agumon line, because we've already got a Searcher with Gazimon, and now we have a card that can recycle the top end as well. Like Gazimon, this Digimon gets Retaliation. Though BT19 is relatively new in Japan, admittedly I want to issue a warning that deltamons were very cheap for a while at $5 to $6, but recently doubled. If you're wanting to play this deck, I strongly recommend you pick up your copies before another buyout happens, because, you know, promos. Moving to Kimeramon, this Digimon also returns, but as a red-purple Digimon. It also digivolves from a Digimon with the composite trait for 3 memory, and has a standard general cost of 4 as a dual-color Digimon. When digivolving, and when attacking, by deleting one of your Digimon, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. I swear, Bandai, this does feel like another repurposed Digimon too. When this Digimon is deleted, one of your machinedramon in play, and one kimeramon in your trash, may DNA digivolve into Millenniummon in the hand. Now the question, how do you get both out? This Digimon also sports a security attack +1 inheritable effect, meaning if you're looking for extra aggro, you got it. With Machinedramon returning as a black-purple Digimon, my first question is, does it relate to cyborgs, or purely the Millenniummon line? First, this Digimon has a Digivolution cost of 3 from a black or purple Digimon. It also digivolves from a level 5 Digimon with a composite trait for a cost of 3 memory. But hilariously, when this card would be played, by deleting one of your Digimon with a composite trait, you reduce the play cost by 4. Meaning if you're able to retain turn with Kimeramon, you can slam Machinedramon onto the board, deleting Kimeramon for a cost of 7, then forcibly DNAing into Millenniummon. Pretty simple. On play and when digivolving, de-digivolve one on all of your opponent's Digimon. For a Machinedramon effect and blanket de-digivolve, I like it. Its on deletion is the same as Kimeramon, but forces the DNA with Kimeramon instead. In a sealed setting, the DNA Digivolve 1 could be huge, but it's also dependent on you opening Kimeramon and Millenniummon in your pulls to be successful. Alas, the only downside to this is that it has no relation to the previous machinedramon cards or cyborg-type Digimon. On the bright side, it's also treated as a composite Digimon and has an opponent's turn once per turn effect that allows you to change the attack target to one of your Digimon with the composite or wicked god trait. Which takes us to the last Digimon of this line, Millenniummon. After so many sets, this Digimon returns, and is both a DNA Digimon and a Digicross Digimon. Of course from Kimeramon and machinedramon respectively. On play, and when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon. Then if DNA Digivolving, by returning one of each Digimon card with different levels from your opponent's trash to the top of the deck, for each card returned, gain 1 memory. From what I can tell right now, this setup is a little tricky but would require you to get machinedramon out first, then promoting up a Kimeramon to attack and delete the machinedramon. Doing so can trigger the DNA Digivolution. Alternatively, again, you can have Kimeramon promoted out, and then slam down machinedramon to reduce its play cost by 4 to 7. As a result, you can now force DNA Digivolution here as well. And in doing so, if you return a level 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 Digimon, you can claim back 5 memory, assuming there's no floodgate. When Millenniummon is deleted, by returning 1 Kimeramon and 1 machinedramon from trash to the bottom of the deck, you may play 1 Millenniummon out from your trash without paying the cost. Assuming you have the right cards in hand, you can simultaneously Digicross to put the sources back under him. Sealed wise, it's a solid level 7 big body removal. But again, I haven't looked too much into the meta for Japan at this stage. And finally, to the Liberator cards. I've got the Tamers, some additional Galacticmon support, and the debut of tigervespamon. With Owen Dreadnought, this is a memory fixer that when an opponent's security card is removed, by suspending this Tamer, you delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4000 DP or less. Because Guilmon cards can add more to the maximum DP deletion of DP based effects, this might be interesting to play. With EX2 Gallantmon for example, and other sources, you could increase this to 10,000 DP. But for sealed, it's not terrible removal either. Violet Imboots is also a memory fixer, and has a start of main phase effect that by trashing 1 option card or 1 card with a ghost or 3 musketeers trait in your hand, you draw 1. The cycling could be useful overall, but as of right now there's no way to play her for free, and I'm still not convinced 3 musketeers is amazing. The control elements are good, but with so much protection, it doesn't feel great. But now to Zenith, this Tamer has a start of main phase effect that by trashing 1 Vemmon in hand, you draw 1 and gain a memory. Additionally, on your turn, when any of your Digimon attack, by suspending this Tamer and returning 2 Vemmon from that Digimon's Digivolution cards to the bottom of the deck, you de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Right off the bat for sealed setting, I'd say this isn't a great card because you're limited to Vemmon and sealed and how many you open. But in an actual Galacticmon deck, I could see it doing work assuming you have ways to cheat out this Tamer. Because at this point in the game, most competitive decks have ways to cheat out their specific Tamer. And if they don't, it usually means the Tamer cheats out the Digimon. Vemmon's back as a searcher for the deck, adding 1 card with Vemmon in text and placing 1 Vemmon as the bottom Digivolution card of one of your Digimon. It also has an inheritable where when this Digimon would Digivolve into a Digimon card with Vemmon in its text, you reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. Pretty simple, and pretty basic. With Snatchmon, while you have no Digimon other than Vemmon, cards from your trash may also be placed in this Digimon's Digicross. You can Digicross into this with 4 Vemmon and reduce the play cost to 2 memory. But if you Digivolve normally, you place 2 Vemmon from trash as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. Conveniently, if you have 4 or more cards under this Digimon at the end of turn, you can climb into the next level of Digimon with Vemmon and its text from your hand. Past turn at 1 memory? No. I potentially Digivolve into Deltamon for an additional cost of 1. But to wind it down, it's time to look at some Insectoid Digimon. And believe me, after seeing Green get shafted from one deck to another, it doesn't feel like Green has many great options when it comes to decks these days. Puroromon is the level 2 and has a start of main phase effect that allows you to place 1 Digimon card with Royal Base in its traits from your hand face up as your bottom security card. Then you add the top security card to the hand. Surprisingly, I honestly thought Yellow would be one of the first cards to get effects that would play with open security. But here, That's actually shocking. Puroromon digivolves into Funbeemon, who digivolves from a green or black level 2 for 1, or a level 2 with the royal base trait for 0. This Digimon has a security effect, where on all turns, all of your Digimon with a royal base trait get plus 1000 DP. As long as it's revealed, go ham! This Digimon has an on-play effect that also places a Digimon card with the royal base trait from your hand face up as the bottom security card, then adding the top security to hand. This Digimon also provides an inheritable plus 1000 DP buff on all turns. Moving to Waspmon, this Digimon has the same security effect and inheritable, and the same Digivolution conditions as most multicolor level 4 Digimon for 3, but 2 of it specifically a royal base level 3. This Digimon also sports an opponent's turn effect, where none of your opponent's Digimon with as much or less DP as this Digimon can attack. And also, it's treated as an insectoid type. Combine this with elements of other green insectoid options, and you can make this huge and prevent your opponent from moving. In a way, this is like stunning. I honestly had a keyword in mind for this, but more discussion will be on that later. With the level 5 Cannonbeemon, this Digimon sports a security effect that's different from the previous 2. Instead of DP buffs, it gives all of your royal base Digimon blocker. This Digimon also has an on-play and when digivolving effect, that for each face-up security card, de-digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon. Classic black effects. And lastly, as a green-black cyborg, of course it's going to have the trashing opponent's top security card when you delete your opponent's Digimon on all turns. Metaletemon had it, Rapidmon had it, and a lot of green Digimon have it. But with tigervespamon, this Digimon digivolves for 4 from any green or black level 5, or a level 5 with the royal base trait for a cost of 3. This Digimon has Reboot and Piercing, and an on-play when digivolving effect, that for each face-up security card, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Then none of those Digimon can unsuspend until the end of their turn. All turns, when other Digimon are deleted in battle, this Digimon may unsuspend. Combine this with 3 security cards that are revealed, Cannonbeemon's effect, and this Digimon's own effect, you could trash 1 security and deal 2 damage with Piercing before unsuspending and reboot on your opponent's turn. This would also remove at least 2 bodies on your opponent's board. If one of your security is a revealed Cannonbeemon, tigervespamon is now a blocker. In a sealed setting, this Digimon could be huge, but again the only downside is needing to have the necessary pieces to make it work. Largely, my hope is that the remaining Liberator cards are in the set to finish up the royal baseline. However, with the inclusion of all the other composite items, that would also tie up Millenniummon nicely. Generally, what are your thoughts on the power of BT18, and which decks are you excited for most? Tune in next week with some additional videos for this set, as I hope, really hope, Bandai makes some announcements soon. This is DIGI-PANDA, logging out.